Chef with empty-handed Chef Shingi. We actually really missed him. It doesn't matter, that he's empty-handed, but then we love him all the same. Chef Shingi is the ultimate Braai Master South Africa participant. He is an entrepreneur. He operates a business called Outdoor Kitchen Chef, and he also specializes in empty-handed stuff. Today, he's saying, let's break bread.
I shouldn't be laughing. I shouldn't be laughing because that's not even nice. Like, you have no idea the effort I've actually put into make you guys. Guys, guys, Zimbabwe.
Have you ever been promised something and then you're salivating?
But you didn't even know what you were
promised. No, but then Leo told me. No, Kana, it was not.
Last time I brought my putti.
Wait, Leo actually told me, Hans and Shingi, you guys are in for a treat.
Yes.
It's been a long time. Yeah. So is that an empty-handed treat? Like what?
As I'm going to come in hot. Water fire tomorrow. I've got charts and screenshots to prove.
Can you read the messages before we get into breaking invisible bread?
I was just...
I think I'm going a little bit off.
Let's play Undertaker.
Hansi, I was just thinking that it's been a long time since I cooked for you. I'm going to come in hot tomorrow. Hotter fire. Nema fire emoji. Nema chili peppers.
I mean,
but water fire musponere, guys.
And it's coming in emoji. Coming in hot. But it's okay. It's fine. We love you.
This is Victoria Monet.
We love you all the same, Chef Shingi.
I love you too, guys.
Yeah.
And I will prove it, I promise you.
Our love is not conditional, although we were salivating, but that's
you should continue salivating because it won't be much longer, and and you'll be in for a treat, I promise you. And now, okay, so this is the deal. If I bring you what you're supposed to have, Andika, you have to make a public apology to say you're sorry that you called me the empty-handed chef because I shouldn't find it funny, but it is funny. It's only funny because I've actually got something for you.
Oh, really? The empty-handed chef. But then we love you all the same. Let's break bread, as you say. Let's break bread.
Yeah, guys. Let's not listen to.
And maybe he meant hot recipes.
Guys, I'm influence on afunge series
What? Yeah.
Guys, it's actually quite nice that we're breaking bread today because I tell you, like,
we are not.
Because the weather is ripe for baking bread, guys.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
it is.
And I love bread. Come on, guys. Like, let's stick to the topic now, okay? Because we don't want to get derailed or like sidetracked or anything like that.
Yeah, we're not.
And especially because bread is such a beautiful thing. I think it's like the eighth wonder of the world, actually. I think bread, guys, it's amazing. It's phenomenal. We can't live without it, can we?
I wish I could taste it to know how amazing bread is.
Well, you will. That's the thing. And you just have to hold on. Just be patient and make sure that you're ready for taking it all in because it's fresh. There's nothing that beats fresh bread, guys. That's why chingwa chibikwa every day. Nika dzese dzinobika chingwa every day. Apana usingabika chingwa every day because bread is best when it's fresh. I mean, there are ways to sort of turn bread.
Oh, you did say, I remember.
Which is something that's also quite amazing, and we can talk about that later on in the segment. But yeah, look, I love bread. I know we all do, and I think I want us to start by just imagining that soft sort of piece of bread that's uncut and it got chingwa chiri fresh chacho unozatiriwa pana zvataita manje pane taitikaenda kumusha so ngita zvamabhekari zvekumusha zvimwe zvezve zvekuti zvine chibheka chingwa everyday boss chikwa loaves chikwa ningiri chesa chakusvika ikokoko, or rather by the time they finish baking mota inobva yasvika chingwa chakutojiwa nawana. And we used to go to this place and we used to specifically demand for the bread uncut, right? And what we'd do is there was like three of my other cousins, so it was 4 of us. I think I 2 loaves zedu tada kwachirana ji ma half asina kuchekwa kwakubva watinika koko ubva bvarura chichitaka kudziya, so ewa unobvunza kuti yeah, this is good life. And I think that's what I want us to imagine with bread, just the goodness that it can bring. And I know this show is a bit on the healthy side of things, and we will delve into like a healthier way to sort of go with the starch bread, right? Because I know a lot of people have also got some negative connotations towards what bread or how much bread you must eat in your life or whatever. I know you're one of them. No. You're like one of those people that are not gonna like, you know, be about bread because my diet chichichi.
But I'm waiting for the bread that you made today,
dude. It's amazing.
Yeah,
and that's where we're starting, because I love a flatbread. Okay, and flatbread is like a piece of bread, right? It's like a flat piece of bread, like imagine the base of a pizza, right? And this is something that, you know, you can make in a matter of minutes, I tell you, and you can pack in so much flavor in there. And in mine, okay, what I do is I make my dough.
Sorry, and maybe his empty-handedness is a new diet thing. Check the stick. Shout out to you.
Guys, okay, you have to make this apology public.
Okay.
Like, you promise, right?
Embarrass us, Shingi. We want to.
No. Don't worry. All right, yeah,
So you were saying the base, you say base bread? What did you say?
Flat bread.
Flat bread.
It's my favorite bread, and I think it's also made me quite, you know, like it's really defined my journey of food, because it's one of these things that you can sort of add anything on there, you know. It's like an open sandwich type of thing, like an open pizza type of thing, right? And you make it in a matter of minutes. And what I like to do with mine, a bit like a roti, but it's thicker now because it's got like, you know, just a bit of a fat base and a thick base, and you know, it's softer. You can do all sorts of things. You can actually cook it until it's a bit crunchy, and then when you put toppings on there, which is what you'll experience today. So actually, guys, Zimbabwe, I made them a flatbread topped with honey mustard, no, it was honey thyme glazed pork, and they're gonna enjoy, but they just haven't seen it yet. So this is the problem, and I was anticipating that this is how they would behave when they see me without it, because yeah, I just like to see them, you know, suffer a little bit and salivate for nothing, and then I will treat them. I will. Okay, so mine now has garlic. Okay, so when you're making your dough, and it
garlic bread,
flour and make sure, guys, when you're making bread, you always have to sift your flour. Okay, it's not to take out little bits and pieces or whatever might be in your flour, but it's actually to aerate your flour so that your bread can rise, your bread can have depth, and it can be nice and soft and fluffy. So once you've done that, okay, you've sifted your flour, you're gonna take in some butter, you're gonna rub in some butter. Okay, so your butter chunks just gonna be rubbed in there until it's nice and sandy, and then you add some water. I like to also add in some yogurt, guys, some natural yogurt, just to make it a little bit more umami like. Okay, and roll my flatbread, toss it on a pan. This literally takes you like 10 minutes and you're in for a treat. And that smell, one side over flip side, that garlic in there is gonna start to explode with flavor. Like the aroma in the kitchen is just gonna be amazing. And when you take it out, then you can just imagine the world of toppings that you're gonna put on there. So if it's for breakfast, egg and bacon, you can top it right on there and you're in for a treat. If it's for lunch, which is what you're gonna have today, you can add a nice sort of meaty delight and a bit of a salad base, and then you have an open sandwich vibe going on there. And yeah, I think you've got to love it. I will share pictures. I will make sure I share pictures on all social media platforms, just so that everyone knows that just imagine. No, this is not cool, guys. I don't appreciate it, but again, I don't blame you because it was my intention anyway. Yeah. Now, guys, okay, we're gonna do a simple bread recipe, because I think this is something that everyone wants to do in their house, and this one is just one of those things that is it's a bit technical, because like even with the anase and kana usingazivi kuti chingwa chinobikwa sei zvaizvo handidi unofanira kuziva kuti no panoda panhu panodziya pekuti chingwa chako chiite sei chinyatsokupruvha chirise paya. If you don't do that, then you might have a flop of a bread, and there's nothing that hurts more when you're baking than putting something in the oven and then 30 to 45 minutes down the line you find that nothing has happened and your bread has been flat in the oven. Then you have to start again. So just make sure that you adhere to the technical elements and the rules that are involved with making this simple bread recipe. So you're going to need 3 cups of all-purpose flour. You're going to need a tablespoon of sugar, a teaspoon of salt, and if you have some active dry yeast, that's fine. I like to use some instant yeast, which is pretty much going to do the same thing and in fact quicken the process a little bit. And then some warm water. 1 cup warm water, guys. And then a tablespoon or 2 of olive oil. Now, olive oil and bread. Oh, guys, you've got to love what the Italians have done with bread, in fact, because some of the best bread in the world is eaten just with olive oil. Olive oil so and
have you been like to Italian restaurants? They have really like different bread types, and you dip in different stuff. Really cool.
Yeah, and some of the stuff was so simple because there's so much flavor in the bread. There's so much context that has gone into developing that bread such that it reaches the textures that it achieves when you put it in your mouth and you eat it with the simplest of things, right? So yeah, you want to use this recipe, guys, and make sure you do it properly to just make sure that you achieve that thing that makes bread special. And I'll share the process, the steps. So note down the ingredients, guys, and I'll share the steps and the process on the group because I don't think there's enough time. And I also want to share with you guys a bagel recipe, so you might as well take down this the ingredients for this too, and I'll share the recipe later on the group today. So there is a WhatsApp group, guys, that you can catch up on the stuff that we've discussed, and just sort of share your love for food on there. If you want to post something that's something you've made in your kitchen in your own home, you can also do that there. So this bagel recipe, do you guys remember bagel? Lulu, not is a bagel area. No, don't answer. So a bagel, guys, is like a bun. Imagine a bun, right? Okay, that has got it's like a ring donut shaped bun. Okay, and then it's special because you actually you sort of parboil the dough and then afterwards you bake it. Okay, which is like the coolest part. Like I think
you parboil just the dough.
Yeah, the dough. So like you make the dough, then you put it in hot water, and then you take it out and then you bake it. So it's not just like a bun where you just make the dough and then you put it right into the oven. That's why bagels are special, because they bring that it brings that extra elasticity, and it's just it's like it's amazing. And the ingredients for this bagel, guys, is 2 cups of bread flour. Okay, so you want to use bread flour there, and then 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1 teaspoon of salt, some yeast again, a tablespoon of olive oil, and then you want to use something to top it up on the end. Okay, so bagels manje anozoita ka special kamukake kuti unogona kuzoisa tuma sesame seeds pamusoro kana even kana tuma chunks twema dried onion flakes tweto kuti ka flavor kanozobuda pepe wakunobeka kanenge kakanyanya. And yeah, guys, I think you can't live without bread. I mean
anzima tora chef shinga anonyautsa mukana utanzi kwa muno unongonzwa salivating.
Yeah, and that's the goal. That's the goal with food. So I will share this recipe, these like the process to the recipes on the group, and I think that you must follow, because this is a topic that's to my heart. This flatbread actually made me, to be very honest with you.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like when I made it the first time, I couldn't believe it, and then when I put in my toppings and I saw and then ndatenda nacho chinhu chacho panoona kubhadhara mari vanobhadhara mari samari veve ndichitoona kuti ndaita mari, and I repeated and I perfected it. And so you really want this recipe, and I'll make sure that you get to taste some of that too later, and make sure you also send your public apology. Yeah.
We'll wait for that. We can't wait to apologize. Chef Shingi, thank you so much. I wish we had more time. But then for those who want to follow, where do they find you?
Okay, so you can catch me on Instagram, guys, at the Chef Life of Shingi. That's my handle there. You can catch me on Facebook, OK Chef ZW. That stands for the Outdoor Kitchen Chef. And yeah, you can also catch me on my mobile number, guys, 0774 410 008. I'll repeat that, 0774 410 008. And just hit me up with a WhatsApp, and you can, sort of let me know if you want to join the group, and we can begin to converse more and more about food.
Chef Shingi, thank you so much. Looking forward to next week.
You're welcome.
Taking our time to 11 o'clock, Star FM. It is time for the news.